So, suppose you don't know the perimeter of a circle. You don't know the perimeter of a circle. Now, what would you do in that situation? Like, you have to figure it out, right? You have to. So today we're going to figure out the perimeter of a circle. Okay, it's not a perfect circle, but let's just assume it is a circle. So circle has a radius r. So we don't know what is the perimeter of a circle. So let's start. Now what I want to do, I want to draw a n-shaped polygon. I want to draw an n-shaped polygon, but it's not n-shaped, but just for a learning purpose. I want to draw an n-shaped polygon. Nothing else. So if I just put it here, okay, nice. I guess no more ruler needed. So I want to draw a n-shaped polygon here. The vertex will connect here. This one gets connected here. Another vertex connected here. So we did it. We drew a n-shaped polygon. So now what we want to do, want to figure out the perimeter of the n-shaped polygon. Now before doing that, I wanna invent something. Actually, not invent, like I wanna do something before trying that. Suppose now I'm drawing a square. Okay, this is a square, kind of tilted. Assume it is a square. So now I'm gonna find the midpoint of the square. This is the midpoint, and drawing some triangles. This one is a triangle, just assume that. Okay. So I drew some triangles here from the square. Now this angle here, yeah, this angle. You see here, this side, okay? This side is in the midpoint of this edge, or in this line here. It's the midpoint. So what is the value of this angle here? We all know it's 45 degrees. Okay, it's 45 degrees. We all know that. So in that case, sorry about that. So in that case, it's 45 degree. Now in here, we know that 180 degree divided by 4 is also 45 degrees. Here we can see that this polygon has 4 sides. Square is a 4-shaped polygon. So we can write it as pi by n. N equals to the how many sides the polygon has? N-sided polygon. So so every polygon has this angle theta. We're gonna take this angle as phi in here. We're gonna take it as phi. So for every n polygon, this phi will be pi by n. Now here we come here. Now I'm gonna take this triangle. I'm gonna draw a line which will be in the midpoint of this edge. This is the midpoint. And I'm gonna take this side, these lines coming out from here, they are L, okay? We denote those lines as length L. Length L. So we know that phi here is pi by n. So we want the perimeter, right? The whole from here. So in this case, this small tiny one is L sine phi by n. So for the completion of here, the complete, it should be 2L. So this side is 2L sine phi by n. And now here comes another trick here. So for the n-shaped polygon, the perimeter should be, for the n-shaped polygon, the perimeter should be 2n L pi by n, as it is an n-shaped polygon. Get my point, right? As it has n sides, 1 here, 2 here, and sides. So we found the perimeter of an n-shaped polygon. Now we want to find it for circle. Now, if you ever have watched the video of T blue on brown, like, how can we make this as a circle? You can see a circular shape is forming, right? So we can take that if the number of sides tends to infinity, it turns into a circle. I mean, think of a circle. Can you figure out how many sides this polygon has? It is a circle, right? Which means in a circle, it has infinite sides. Infinite. You get my point? It has infinite sides. So we can take the limit here, the language of calculus, that the limit n tends to infinity, 2n. We're taking L as r, as the circle has radius r. Okay, these sides, suppose this is the center of the circle. The circle has radius like this, right? Yeah, so we can take this as L. We can take that as r, 2n r sine phi by n. Now we need to solve this limit. So this is a very interesting thing here. Suppose the pi by n is phi, right? We're gonna take it as x, okay? The angle x is equal to pi by n. The angle here, I'm taking phi as x now, for my convenience. Okay, whatsoever. So here we can say that n is equals to pi by x, right? N is equals to pi by x. So we can, in that case, we can also write it as so now if we write it as like n will disappear here from now on. As the n will disappear, so it will have this. I'm gonna explain it. Wait a bit. 2 pi by x sine x. Okay, we have this now. Now why is this, why did I do x tends to 0 now? Suppose if n tends to infinity, if n tends to infinity, then x should tend to 0, because we know that 1 by 0 is tends to infinity. That's why we did that here. So now our job is done. Basically, the limit of oh, we forgot one thing here. Our r, yeah, 2 pi r, yeah, here, 2 pi r. You see, we got that now. Sine of x equals divided by x. Now you can do one thing here. In terms of Maclaurin series, you'll get this as 1, and if you use L'Hopital's law, then it's also the same. Like for example, if you use L'Hopital's law here, then this will get turned into cos x, and this will turn into 1, I guess. Yeah. So as we know, if x tends to 0, then cos is equal to 1. So yeah. So in the end, what we get is 2 pi r. You see, we got a 2 pi r, and we know that the perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r. I hope you understood what I taught here. Let's do a recap. So we drew an N-shaped polygon. We figured out this angle phi here, and we figured out that for the phi is pi by n, and then we figured out the perimeter of an N-shaped polygon to an L into sine pi by n, and then we took a limit, because if, as in the circle, we cannot determine how many sides it has, so the side should be infinite and tends to infinity, and we swapped the limit here as x will now tend to be 0. You can do a Maclaurin series or L'Hopital's law here. We get 2 pi r. So yeah, that's how. So today we got perimeter of a circle. We figured it out. Hope you like this, and hopefully, we should all figure out these type, like the wider area of circle is pi r square. Like the three blue one brown has these type of videos, and I got inspired from this one. So I guess we should all try to figure out these theories all by ourselves, do some problems. It improves intuition and creativity. Like, okay, we don't need to memorize these things, we can figure it out. Although we need to memorize for the exams, but yeah, we can figure it out. Hope you like this video. See you later.